And cornerstone number one is the worst time to think about what to say is in the moment you're saying it, which really is kind of a clue to saying you need to be prepared for the moments that you know are coming.
Yeah.
And many of us aren't prepared. And the data suggests, that 80% of people in the workforce say that communication conversation is at a crisis level. But we also believe that nearly 100% of them don't prepare or don't practice for those conversations. And so if we're being honest, like when was the last time that you really sat down and practiced a conversation skill?
I think that is interesting. I've been in sales, I'm 56. I've been in sales for over 30 years. And I don't want to say this, but I'll say it. I don't think I've really practiced my talk track ever.
Right.
That's crazy. And at the presentation, he took 8 or 10 objections that we get as title professionals, and then you gave a response to it, which I'm using at my next sales meeting. Sure. Thank you very much for that. But it was so interesting. Like, I now am going to be intentional learning all those objections so I know them like this. But it's very interesting that we've never practiced what to say.
Yeah.
That's really crazy, actually.
Well, it's
right?
It's so weird that that's a novel concept
Yes.
for people, but like you should practice what you're going to say. Even
Yes.
It was funny, Julie, after your event the other day, Julie and I were in a meeting together that neither one of us knew that we were going to be at together. So I was going into a meeting and I was like, I'm going to practice my intro because they're going to say, hey, introduce yourself. Sure. And I'm always like, oh, I'm, Justin Angolia, whatever, Big Valley Mortgage. But I was like, no, I'm going to practice it. I'm going to actually, have my, you're going to have to help me because I don't have it in front of me, but your fact statement.
Oh, opening fact.
Yeah. Opening fact
question. So yeah,
walk us through that. It's pretty impactful. I liked it.
So it was a simple formula that Phil Jones has, and I would exactly would say had taught us to do is it's OFQ, which stands for opening fact question, and then past, present, future, meaning like how when you're staying curious in the conversation, remember that rapport and trust is built from the past.
Right.
So we have to keep a large bulk of our conversation and staying curious in the past. Then we go into kind of the WW, which is kind of the closing statement, which is something like, would it help if, and then what happens next. One of the challenges I think we have in real estate or in just business is that we lack leaders. Yeah. And so a lot of real estate agents are afraid to say what happens next because they're worried about what the audience or their prospect is how they're going to respond. So but if you show up as a leader and you built rapport and trust, what they're going to actually listen to you when you say what happens next. But you can't just go in 2 seconds after you meet them and say this is what happens next, because then you're coming with too much certainty, and that's going to create uncertainty.